Hey guys, it's Jesse from PS4Daily.com here with another PSN Weekly. This time we have OlliOlli from Blitworks and Roll7. If you guys remember, this was originally a PS Vita exclusive earlier this year that came out in January, but since then a lot has changed, and Roll7 teamed up with Blitworks to bring the game to both the PS4 and the PS3, as well as the PC. PC version came out a little bit earlier, and the PS4 and the PS3 version had a stealth. Well, we'll be having a stealth release later today on PSN. You'll be able to get it for 20% off if you're a PlayStation Plus member and 10% off if you're a PSN member. This discount will everybody on PSN will get it for 10% off. But anyway, this discount lasts for the first week of the title's availability, so until next Tuesday's PSN update. Now, onto the game itself. OlliOlli is a game in a very it's a game in a dying genre of titles. It's a game like Tony Hawk and like Skate, in that you are side-scrolling amongst a wide variety of levels. There are over 100 levels to go through throughout various regions, like kind of a Russian region where you have a lot of snow in the background, a lot of war machines. You have some tanks, some helicopters, and things of that nature. Some nuclear bombs. Then you have an area in the beach, and so you're going throughout all these levels, and you're executing tricks using the left analog stick or the DualShock 4's D-pad. Now, to execute these tricks is where the skate comparison comes into play. So you're going to use both of those input methods in like half circle or kind of quarter circle movements, depending on which movement you use, in conjunction with either the triggers or the R1 and L1 buttons. You're going to execute a wide variety of tricks, all of which are available in the Trictionary for you to refer to so you can master all these tricks. What I found really interesting about OlliOlli is that executing a trick isn't enough, but the second half to that is actually landing the trick. So to land the trick, all you need to do is press X before you hit the ground. But there's like a meta game in that there are different variations of lands. There's a sloppy land, which is done by pressing it a little ways away from the ground, and there's a more standard land, which is just your regular, you pressed it, whoop-de-doo, you get your so many points or whatever. Then there's a perfect land, which when you get a perfect land, your board will illuminate green, and the lettering on the perfect will flash green as well. So the perfect land, you have to press this just as you're about to hit the ground. That split second is what's going to differentiate you from getting that perfect land, or eventually getting a really sloppy landing and getting around 25 points. It's really not that much. So personally, I prefer to go for those perfect lands, because you're gonna get a flashy landing, you're gonna get a temporary speed boost, and most of all, you're gonna get more points for your combo. Now, in addition to perfect lands, you also have perfect grinds, which work in the same way. So you have, except for having different variations of grinds, you only have the two. You have your regular grinds, then you have your perfect grinds. And I like the perfect grinds more than I do the perfect landings, because after you start chaining together a bunch of perfect grinds, and there's going to be so many levels that offer the opportunity to do this in, but after you chain together a certain number of perfect grinds, you get this trail of like rainbow, blue, green, yellow, sparkling lights behind you, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It looked beautiful on the Vita, and it looks even more beautiful here on the PS4. So basically, that's OlliOlli's most basic mechanics in a nutshell. Now, it does go a lot deeper than that. As I said earlier, there are over 100 levels to unlock. To unlock these levels, there's basic things like actually completing a level, getting to the end of your run, but then there are also challenges embedded within each level. These challenges vary from, maybe getting all of a certain item, whether it be a wrench or a spray paint can, within each level, or executing a certain trick. Sometimes that could be like a no slide grind, or maybe a certain type of flip, or things of that nature that really kind of maybe set you apart from the other people. And once you've completed all of the challenges within a level, you'll unlock its pro spot. Now, the pro spot means it's a little something extra for the it's a little something extra. It's essentially the same. It's in the same area, but it's a different level. And so to get through the pro levels, you have to. They're basically the same thing. It's basically another set of 5 levels within each area. It's the same as the first 5 levels. I didn't really find it to be that much harder. But once you get all the pro levels as well as the regular levels, that's when the game really starts to get fun. Because once you do that, you unlock the spots, and the spots, actually, excuse me, the spots are unlocked by getting 5. I believe it's by getting 5 stars in each of the vanilla levels in an area. So once you unlock a spot, then in those spots, it's where your skill comes into play, because in those spots you're gonna have to chain together combos to actually get to the end of the level. The second you stop a combo, the second you land, is when the level ends. So to get to that end of the level, you want to chain together grinds. You want to get those perfect landings, so that the board doesn't you don't stop earlier than you want to when you get to the end of the level. And so once all of that is said and done, once you've completed all of the pro levels, once you've completed all of the regular levels, and you've gotten all 5 stars in every single level, is where rad mode comes into play. And rad mode is the game's final mode, and it's actually it's really a toggle to the main career mode. And honestly, I kind of found this to be disappointing, working so hard to unlock rad mode on the PS Vita version. But rad mode itself is a mode that only counts perfects. If you don't do a perfect landing or a perfect grind, you would instantly wipe out. So that's when that's really the moment you've been training for. I can understand it does add a little bit more replay value to the game, but I kind of felt I would have felt better if instead of just being a toggle to the game's career mode, it was a separate career mode itself. I mean, by all means, include all the same challenges. I don't mind that. But the fact that it was just a toggle, and the fact that I had already gained all the stars and everything, it just felt unnecessary replaying the same levels with the rad mode toggle on. I didn't really see the point, except for adding that extra challenge, which I mean I didn't really need at that point. But anyway, there's also a daily grind, and so the daily grind is something that resets every 24 hours. It's a different area, different level, and in the daily grind you compete to get that #1 spot in the world, or any of the subsequent spots. So you only have one shot at getting at completing the level and getting the most points you can. But you can practice as many times as you want. But once you're done practicing, you can go in and do your one try, and doing so will place you somewhere on the daily grind leaderboard. I mean, getting to the top of that leaderboard is hard enough, because the person at the top is most likely the best of the best. Anyway, so basically that is OlliOlli. It's going to be out today on the PS4 and the PS3. It's cross-buy on the it's cross-buy between all the versions. So those of you guys who already have the PS Vita version, you guys already have the PS3 and the PS4 version as well. And Roll7 and Blitworks do say that it is cross-save too, but I haven't currently found out a way to get cross-save working. I've poured through the options. I've reset my data on the PS4 version, and cross-save is not appearing for me. So if I do find out how to do cross-save and how to get that working, I will make an updated video, and I will take you through the steps to get cross-save working. Because as I mentioned in my Crimson Land video, having cross-buy for some games just isn't enough. Games where you're actually earning, you're actually progressing, whether it be unlocking levels or upgrades or things of that nature, cross-save is something I feel that should be mandatory, because I don't want to, and I really don't think you guys should want to have to go and collect everything on one system and then not be able to carry it over onto the other system if you got the other version for free as well. It feels like I'm being penalized for wanting to play the game on another device, because I have to earn all that stuff over again, and sometimes that can be time consuming, and not everybody has the opportunity or has the time to do all that stuff over again. But anyway, guys, I'm Jesse with PS4 Daily, and here's some more OlliOlli gameplay. I'll see you guys later.